Good day traders, and welcome back to another weekly market update video with me, Zain Vawda, your analyst here at Vawda. We have entered tariff deadline week, with July the 9th on Wednesday being the day that markets are hoping to get more information finally on potential trade deals, which have been obviously widely discussed over the past few weeks, both from the US administration as well as global trading partners. Now, markets are expecting some trade deal announcements this week, and that obviously could have positive implications for risk sentiment. However, there has been obviously a lot of chatter over the last few days about the potential implementation date being pushed back to August the 1st. So it will be interesting to see if we get more information on that front as the week progresses. Now, just looking at the week as a whole, I expect that trade deal announcements may be the driving force for markets this week, and that is largely down to the fact that we have a lack of data from the US this week. The biggest event out of the US this week is going to be the Federal Reserve minutes release on Wednesday as well. And obviously that will shed more light on where Federal Reserve policymakers stand at the moment in terms of interest rate cuts. Now, looking at LSEG data, markets are still pricing in around 50 basis points of rate cuts towards the end of the year by December, with the first rate cut, according to LSEG projections, due in September, with a 65% probability at the moment that we do get that cut. So, as things stand at the moment, there has been a lot of pressure as well being put on the Federal Reserve by US President Donald Trump, who took direct aim at Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell over the past few weeks around interest rates and how he feels that the Federal Reserve should be moving already to lower those rates, something which, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell hasn't really responded to in the public domain. So it'll be interesting to hear where do the different policymakers from the Federal Reserve stand, and the minutes might shed more light on that. So keep an eye on that. But like I said, I expect trade deal announcements to be the dominating theme for this week and driving market moves. So trade safe, and I will catch you guys next week for another market update. Have a good one.